Hello YouTubers, V the Amazing Greek here. I know that's redundant, but that's what I call myself. Today I'm going to show you how to make a cheap weapon. It's a very old weapon. They've found them dating back to Egypt when it was a club with a stone attached to it. We're going to make a mace. Mace is different than a flail in that it has a fixed head on the end of a shaft. A flail is a stick that you swing around. Chain has either a ball on it, a ball with spikes, maybe blades on it, things like that. Today we're going to make a mace. I had the materials here, but I went to Lowe's to do the research on pricing to let you know how much it would cost for you to make one of your own. This is a cheap weapon, but very highly effective for our purposes. We'll say for the zombie apocalypse. Now, mace consists of a shaft, a handle on the shaft, and a weighted head. And you swing it and inflict damage like that. So right here we're working with a piece of 5/8 all thread. You can get a 3-foot piece of this for $6.37 in the fastener section. So you need one piece of that, and you can also go up to 3/4 if you're a little bit stronger person. But this is the piece I had spare. I'll show you my other one later. So we got that, $6.37. Then you need to get 4 nuts that fit on that. 5/8 nuts. These are 35 cents a piece. So you need 4 of those. It's almost, what, $1.20 for those. You need a couple of washers. They go on your handle end. These are 5/8 washers. And these cost 33 cents a piece. Then you need some larger washers. And I'm making this very simple where you can go buy the stuff, put it together, you have it. You can modify this, make it fancy if you have some machining skills, metalworking skills, you can do fancier. But then you need some bigger washers, as big as you can get. These I could not find at Lowe's. So I happened to find these when they finish construction projects. You know, it doesn't hurt to go dumpster diving. Sometimes you find some good stuff. Just don't do it with your kids and wife with you. They won't like that. And maybe not in your own town, you know. But anyway. So, it's super simple. You get these pieces. One other thing. The handle. This is optional. What I did was I took a piece of scrap metal. This is the same type metal that I used for my tool holders. If you watch my other videos, if you haven't, go back to the bottom of the list, look up tool holders, and this is the metal. This is just conduit that they run wires through. But they also have aluminum tubing like this. It's hollow at Lowe's, right beside this stuff. You can get a piece of that for like $10, but then we're getting expensive. So scrap's the way to go if you can. Or if you don't mind, this is a perfect handle because your hand will not slip. So, all you do to construct this, you take one of your nuts, quit thinking dirty thoughts, and you twist it down here, and it's up to you how big you want the handle. Me, I just snug fit, not sliding around a lot. Take the washer. Alright, so I need to go down a little bit. This fits on super snug. It doesn't slide around. Put your other washer. Take your second nut, if you're lucky enough to get one. There you go. Then, of course, we would use tools. Yeah, I find that hilarious. Okay, so you take your wrenches, tighten this down. There's your handle. Just a little more comfortable. Also, if you want to get fancy, you can take rope, and if you know how to tie a clove hitch, tie you a clove hitch. Wrap it good and snug. You may want to snug this in your vise. Have your kids hold it. It'd be good exercise for them. Tie that real tight. End with a clove hitch. To make sure that this doesn't come undone while you're swinging it and fighting, you might want to get you some epoxy. And the end piece here where you finish the knots off and the binding, coat that. It'll hold. It'll be great. 2-minute epoxy. You can get a tube of that for $10, $12 at Lowe's, and that stuff will last a lot of projects. Alright, so now we're going to make the head of this. Right now we just have a swinging stick. That's pretty good, but we want a tool that will crush through the human skull. These tools were used in the medieval times to devastate knights in armor. I mean, they're like, oh, you can't cut me. No, but I can crush that thing in on you, and it's going to be a trauma that you can't get away from it. It's now the metal is crushing your arm, your head. You know, it's a very effective weapon. Now the reason we're using the big washers on the end is we want some weight. I wanted to show you a fancy way to do this, but I would spend half the day machining. I have actually, a friend of mine at work gave me these solid balls. They're pound and a half maybe. See how big my balls are? Now think about that hitting you in the head. What I plan to do, because I'm a machinist, put this in my drill press. I'm going to start drilling a hole, small get bigger, thread it, then I can put this on here. I don't need spikes. The weight of that across your skull, it's over. You know, they're going to call you gummy because you're going to have no teeth. So, there's that. Now, just to add weight, we have a good sized washer. Put a good hefty washer. And again, modifications can be done. If you have a hacksaw, you can draw out and put little spikes just to give it that little bit of, oh crap, look at that thing. You know, either way, it's going to crush through bone. Take your last washer. If you can figure out how to, not washer, nut. You can remember how to screw these things on. There you go. Oh yeah. Now, there we go. That right there is enough to do a severe amount of damage. In World War, I don't remember if it's 1 or 2, the British had a tool like this. It was a wooden handle, and it basically had a cog gear on the end, and they used it for trench warfare. It was a smaller mace is all it was. So there we go. Simple mace. We got it for $6. We'll call that $2. $2. So $10 basically. $10. Add some tax. We'll go to Kentucky. You don't have to pay tax then. $12. You have a mace. Now, this is extremely simple. This is the basics. Boom, I hit something, it hurts. Now, I'll show you something overboard, which is typically how I do things. This is my mace. This one is two-handed. Like I said, the washer that I used here, I actually used as a hand guard here. This is intended as a two-handed weapon, so I can really get some weight to it. Some swing. This is a little heavy. Right now, this weighs 10 to 15 pounds. It's extremely, it's not a one-handed weapon by no means. But whatever you hit with this is going down. So I can get away with 2 washers here. I'm probably going to reduce it just so I can swing it a little bit better. But you can get as fancy as you want, or you can go as cheap as you want. The bottom line is you don't have to have a lot of money to construct an effective weapon. And with a little bit of thinking and creativity, you can do something like this and really just have a cool-ass weapon. And that's all it takes. I know I'm the Amazing Greek. It's really that simple. It's just your own touch of class you add to your weapon that makes it unique. So I thank you for joining me. If you make one, send me a video response. I would love to see your all's take on this. Like I said, I plan on modifying mine. I would love to see what you guys come up with. Some cool stuff. There's a lot of good workers out there with the metal and the projects. And I thank you for watching. Join me next time. Thank you very much.